Nice. So now we have a guest AMA, Mantle Finance.
Hello,
Take it
guys.
away. Hey.
Let me share my screen. I have a special demo today. Woohoo.
I'm very excited
Nice.
for the demo.
I'm the huge fans of Baller and some NFT in Flow. So I want to make our team want to build more, did more utility for the NFT. So we build this skin. You can play your NFT in here.
That's awesome.
Pretty hard, I must to say. Oh, I'm the left side 2-player.
Nice.
It even has the zoom in kind of point effect. That's awesome.
Actually, this you only need to use the one left click, and you can control all the spatial angle, or want to do spatial.
Move both players at once.
Yeah, and by the way, we already find some sponsor for this game, so you may see Blockto logo in the background and Holden's logo in some, because we maybe have a beach in the background, so you play this tennis ball in the beach, and the umbrella, the logo maybe the Holden or the other NFTs.
I think Flow needs to sponsor this. We need to figure out how to set up like a really hefty reward.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Welcome. We need to gather all the NFT together, and then we can be stronger.
All right, I'll work on it. I'll work on getting something cool so that other people join and can win. Sweet. Then maybe we can just go into, why don't you explain who you are and what Mantle Finance is?
Oh, yes. Hello, everyone. CC, we're from Taiwan. And then when we joined the blockchain, before we make some tiny game, casual game, so we bump into the blockchain. We also want to bring the funny to all people here. So we saw there's lack of the utility for the NFT holder. So let's build some interesting for them. But our major goal still want to bring more liquidity for the NFT holder. So I would say the Mantle is a community for who want to use the NFT directive. So if you need the liquidity urgently and don't want to sell your NFT, you can find a lender in our community really easy. Also, if you have a lot of flow or stable coin in your hand and you want to find a place with better interest than staking, Mantle is your choice.
Cool. How does it work?
Actually, we have two kind of function. So one is P2P lending. So the other one is lending pool. So P2P lending is you can just lock up your NFT in our smart contract. So it's more like a pump shop. So lender can provide you the money, and if the borrower not repay in the end, the lender will get the NFT directly. So usually we talking the NFT lending is not really the renting service for the NFT. Usually is more directive for the NFT holder, more function for them can you don't need to sell, but you still can get any liquidity. So right now we also have a very cool function. We call it a lending pool. So you can directly put your NFT to the smart contract and then get the liquidity out of the pool. So we have Oracle, we have original pool in there, and then it's running very smooth like a compound protocol. So everybody can directly get the liquidity out, also repay immediately.
Cool. We already have some questions on Slido, so maybe we can talk about these to kind of continue the conversation. You kind of explained what Mantle is, so we can kind of skip the first one. We have one from Phil, which I think can kind of also answer the first one, which is, how is the value of the NFT calculated? And yeah, is the loan for 100% of the value of the NFT? Or can you walk us through usually how NFT lending works from start to finish from a lender and borrower perspective, maybe?
Usually, lender, borrower put their NFT as collateral and log in a smart contract, and then they will set their wish price, wish loan to value. So usually it's not 100% for the value for NFT. If we put 100% there, there's more risk for the lenders. So usually we put less than 50, maybe 30, 20%, and then the lender can choose to offer the different prices to the different loan value, duration, loan value, different interest for the borrower. So borrower can decide, oh, you want to longer duration, maybe higher interest, or shorter duration, so you can get more, maybe lower interest for them. So yeah. So we usually calculate the flow price not based on the for P2P lending, we not based on the Oracle. Yeah.
I see. And for the NFT price, this is also set by Mantle, or is it set by the lender?
Set by the lender. Different lender will provide different deal for the borrower.
Got it. The question is, the crypto space is very NFT heavy. How do you think DeFi can evolve on Flow?
Yeah, in my observation, I would say the people usually stay in the echo chamber with their NFT project, who like this project because of a community, painting style, and then people will stay, they know they love it, so they will ignore the other project. But DeFi user is not like this. DeFi user usually trades the higher interest, higher yield. So for Flow, we need new user. So I would say the operation method for the NFT project are relatively immature in the blockchain industry. But there are many tools for token and for DeFi instead. So I would say we need to focus or building more on the DeFi project, because it's more easy for people use the DeFi project because they don't need to go immerse in the NFT community, spend a lot of time there. You know, people usually do a lot of time in their NFT project. They want to enjoy the community, but DeFi not. DeFi, people will use the DeFi because the high TVL, because the high yield. So I would say we should focus on more DeFi instead of Flow. And also, people usually attract by the high, if we have high yield, high TVL, major platform like Chainlink, Terra, even centralized exchange, Binance or something will come to here and want to build on Flow ecosystem.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've never looked at it like that, but it's true that like DeFi users have less, let's say, chain loyalty, right? They just care about returns. So DeFi projects are less about a specific chain. It's more about what does it do and what does it offer. So that's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, we don't need the huge interest yield like 100% APY, or maybe we can 15%, even 10 is better. I think attract a lot of new users here.
While still on the topic of Mantle, what makes Mantle different compared to Floaty?
Oh, I think Floaty is more focused on NFT Top Shot, but we are more focused on the other NFT. Also want to solve the flow flow token liquidity problem. Yeah, so you can see our product. You go there, we have a lending pool layer. So you can, if you have, you need money, but you don't want to sell your flow, like me. I don't want to sell my flow, so you can directly attract the liquidity from our protocol.
And how does the liquidity work? I know you kind of mentioned it at the beginning, but could you go into a little bit more detail on like the lending pool and how you're offering liquidity for flow?
Yeah, so you can see the instant lending. We have it's two pools right now, Flow and USDC. So we still not to put the NFT as collateral, but we would add this feature very soon. So right now you can deposit let me connect my wallet. You can deposit your flow token here, and then you will get the borrowing energy, borrowing power, so you can get your USDC out of our protocol. So in the future, if you lock your NFT in, you also get the borrowing power against your NFT value. So instant lending protocol is more efficiency for the P2P lending, because for P2P lending, you need to find who appreciate your NFT token, and then they will provide the price for you. But maybe you don't agree you don't want this interest. So I think for the instant lending pool is more easy for the who need liquidity.
And one question we also have is like, what fees do you charge, or how does Mantle make revenue from these various products? Is it through commission or
commission? So every transaction, not transaction, every loan case we will charge some percent from the interest.
I have a question. I see that you have both Ethereum and Flow, right?
Yes.
What's been your experience building on both?
I will say the Tenniz is the language the easiest one I learned from all the smart contract. I can code in EOS blockchain, some part of Solana, blah, 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 Solidity for sure. I would say Tenniz is really easy. So I chose to stay in Flow because the engineer on board in the Flow is really easy for them. Yeah. And for Ethereum, I say, Ethereum, I think, is more easy also, but the protocol for the Solidity may be too old and need to update. Yeah.
Well, we have a testimonial right there. So big props to all the people behind Cadence and making it easy to learn and easy to build with. This is not the first time we've heard this from the community, so it's great to hear that this was also your experience.
The problem is lack of the other product, the sample, because in the Solidity you can learn a lot from the other project, but for Flow you need to build yourself.
Yeah, we're definitely in a pioneering era in Flow, and we definitely know that there needs to be more sample code. So right now we're working on kind of revamping our whole doc site. Also to make it easier to surface all the community contributions that are made, right? Because a lot of people are making some cool samples. It's just hard to find them, and so yeah, we have a couple ideas on how to solve this, or at least not how to solve this, but how to improve the visibility of what the community is creating. But definitely we need more samples. We need more examples. We need more tutorials. And it would actually be great if from the learnings of making Mantle, you could maybe contribute back to the community with blog posts or examples on what you learned, maybe some cool things that you found along the way that other people may find useful.
True. Yeah, we're still building the protocol with open source. We also want to building a small project for Tenniz. Yes, still
Nice.
open source. Yeah,
and also that game.
Also the game. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. By the way, we will go to New York, NFT New York. So I don't know the Flow will join this time or not. So.
Absolutely. Maybe we can create a little gaming session in real life NFT gaming session using that game, and maybe win real prizes.
That would be more funny.
Yeah. I want to see more projects, more characters. I want to see some goats versus some ballers versus some flunks. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's like the ceilings really high on how cool that could be.
I'm going to need to release my own just so that I can use my own NFT in the game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe we can work with Rarible. If you mint your NFT there, you get to play a tennis game. Mantle.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Phil has another question. What has your approach to auditing Mantle smart contracts been so far?
Right now, we have get several names from the Flow team who can help us to audit the Tenniz, but we still doubt their ability to do this because nobody can claim they are professional Tenniz coder. So that's for now, auditing by ourselves, also auditing by the other third party. But I would say in the Tenniz, in some way, you don't need auditing because you can separate the risk with the resource. So that's why Tenniz with a natural embed resource the function. Yeah.
I see. We have a new question in as well, which is the liquidity of NFT is very poor. If there is a large scale liquidation, how can the protocol protect the lender's supply tokens? I think what the question was trying to get at was, if there was a shock event, right? Like someone trying to liquidate everything, are there any, maybe in the smart contracts themselves, are there any guardrails or any rules that make it harder for the system to have shocks that it can't recover from?
For right now, we are not go through that mature for the protocol. But in the future, we can build something prevent this. Yeah, like Aave, they staking the Aave token. So when they have something price pumping or dumping, so they can use the Aave token to compensate the victim. Yeah, we can learn that.
Cool. Are there any plans to join other chains other than Flow?
I would say no, because the problem is community. So when we have stronger community, we can go other place definitely. But right now, stronger community first. So we build a community. Yeah.
That's very good Flow philosophy right there. Nice to hear. Community first. Yeah. Awesome. And a question that hopefully you will like a lot is, are you guys hiring?
Yeah. We'll say yes. We can talk. Because cool. We from Asian, I must say we really need marketing help to us and can broadcasting our product to the who is the. I know a lot of people they selling Flow because they need the liquidity, they need the money immediately. But I would say nobody. If you are OG in the crypto, they are not selling the token. They usually put their token in the lending pool, so they can get once the price still pump, they still can enjoy to get the interest from their token.
Cool. Yeah. So if anyone's interested in helping out Mantle, definitely reach out to Xixi. And do you have like a link on your website that people can check out if they want to reach out, like a contact page, or on Discord directly?
Yeah, I will post in the office hours the text.
Awesome. Cool. FUSD integration. Are there plans to add FUSD integration?
No, because we talked to Flow core team. They will say they will pull out slowly with FUSD, and use the USDC. So we directly use the USDC, and then we believe all the Flow ecosystem, not only for the core team, we need to we need to negotiate with Binance to import the USDC withdraw with Flow blockchain as an option. So yeah, use the USDC as a more smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and maybe some more context for people who weren't at one of our previous office hours where the FUSD question came up. Our guidelines is now that USDC is available, it is the much more, has a much bigger liquidity. It's battle tested across various chains. So FUSD was made to have a stable coin on Flow, before USDC was available, but now that it is available, it's definitely recommended to use USDC over FUSD, especially for DeFi applications.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, yeah. Okay. And just to close off on the last question, what does the Liquidator get NFT?
Liquidator get NFT, yes. They can get 20% off with the NFT. So if you appreciate this NFT and you believe the the market will buy the NFT, so you will willing to become this liquidator. So yes, they get the NFT back.
Cool. Awesome. There's a question for Paul here. Is there any technical doc about how to integrate variable flow gas fee? I'm building a Flow wallet.
Yeah, I will go. Yeah, I just saw the article for the section fee, storage fee or transaction fee. Yeah, I will try to learn that and improve in our protocol.
I can speak to this. So we have a forum post that was posted in the governance forum last week. It's linked at the bottom of the one that was linked today, and it should describe what you need to know for that. The TLDR on it is that it still, from a transaction perspective, just looks like the gas limit, and then there's a fixed cost currently. So all you really need to do is be able to obey that, is be able to pass in that gas limit and then to kind of multiply by the fixed cost right now. It's a fixed cost per gas. So it's really no different. There's one caveat, which is that we've modified the event, which happens at the end of a transaction in order to say that fees have been extracted from the transaction. So there's a new event which includes more information. It's flow fees.fees deducted has been added. So if your wallet or application uses that in any way, you will need to switch to a different event than the tokens deposited event that you would have been using right now. But hopefully all the information is in that doc. If there's more questions, reach out to me on Discord, PGPG, and I will make sure to add any FAQ entries or any other docs that we need there.
Cool.
Awesome. We already answered Mantle integrating other blockchains, But wait, this is slightly different. Will Mantle integrate Flow to other blockchains? Do you want to speak to that quickly? We do have to move to the next one, but if you have a quick answer for this, CC, maybe it's worth answering.
Yeah, I would say if the Avalanche people appreciate Flow, we will definitely do this. But for the least, we need to have more how can I say, reputation or more famous in the Avalanche or the other blockchain first. But we are not so matured for that, so not yet. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer all these questions. Really looking forward to using Mantle. Hopefully everyone else is as well. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Shishi.
Yeah,
cool.
So glad to be here.
Glad to have you, and hopefully meet up in NFT NYC.
Nice.
Awesome.